What's happening? Let's get it bracking, man. It's your boy. It's your boy. We finna react this time. Damn, what was I about to look up? What was I about to look up? They had some crazy shit on here the other day. I don't know if I can find it again. Oh, this shit right here. Boop, boop. This shit right here, bro. What you talking about?
We can stop a lot of violence. We can stop a lot of senseless killing.
We wouldn't be here without strong evidence against them.
My boy right
Seems
here,
like the hip-hop community is still not recovered from the tragic death of the rapper Young Dolph, Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. in real life. And recently, the court has revealed some shocking details about the rapper's death and the suspects. To recap, Young Dolph got ambushed while he was getting his favorite cookies from a cookie shop in Memphis, Tennessee. He was allegedly gunned down by two assailants in a white Mercedes-Benz while he was inside the shop. He was laid to rest in a private service at the First Baptist Church in his hometown in Tennessee. After an extensive investigation, authorities have finally identified the suspects in Young Dolph's murder.
Now, this video I just clicked on, it just said killed for money. That's what made me click it, you feel me? So I'm gonna see what they saying, but shit like that happens. I usually think money is involved. Brazen shit like that, broad day, like motherfuckers is doing that type of shit for large sums of money, bro.
Police first named Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith as the primary suspects in Young Dolph's case. They were charged with first-degree murder. Prosecutors are now seeking the death penalty for the two suspects. After a few days, the police also named a third suspect, Shondell Barnett. He, though, was charged as an accessory. It's said that Shondell Barnett had been assisting Justin Johnson while he was on the run after having been implicated.
Click the right one. I think I clicked the right one. Anyway.
In the murder of Young Dolph. Besides being an accessory, Shondell Barnett was also charged with criminal attempt to commit first-degree murder, as well as theft of property amounting anywhere from $10,000 to $60,000. This isn't the first time that Young Dolph has found himself in serious situations, which had led some people to believe that his death may have had something to do with previous fights he had been involved in. If you recall, Young Dolph was critically injured after he got shot in the valet parking area of Lowe's Hollywood Hotel in 2000.
I was thinking about that shit, man. I said, man, listen, man, that shit it can't be over, man. If you get shot out in Cali like that, you feel me? Like that shit definitely not over.
Jr. in real life. And recently, the court has revealed some shocking details about the rapper's death and the suspects. To recap, Young Dolph got ambushed while he was getting his favorite cookies from a cookie shop in Memphis, Tennessee. He was allegedly gunned down by two assailants in a white Mercedes-Benz while he was inside the shop. He was laid to rest in a private service at the First Baptist Church in his hometown in Tennessee. After an extensive investigation, authorities have finally identified the suspects in Young Dolph's murder. The police first named Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith as the primary suspects in Young Dolph's case. They were charged with first-degree murder. Prosecutors are now seeking the death penalty for the two suspects. After a few days, the police also named a third suspect, Shondell Barnett. He, though, was charged as an accessory. It's said that Shondell Barnett had been assisting Justin Johnson while he was on the run after having been implicated in the murder of Young Dolph. Besides being an accessory, Shondell Barnett was also charged with criminal attempt to commit first-degree murder, as well as theft of property amounting anywhere from $10,000 to $60,000. This isn't the first time that Young Dolph has found himself in serious situations, which had led some people to believe that his death may have had something to do with previous fights he had been involved in. If you recall, Young Dolph was critically injured after he got shot in the valet parking area of Lowe's Hollywood Hotel in 2017. Although rapper Yo Gotti,
And that's a nice joint too. At least the one in Philly, like nice as shit. Like imagine A fucking shootout in a nice ass 5-star.
Who has a long-standing feud with Young Dolph, was implicated in that shooting. Charges were later dropped for lack of witness. In February of the same year, Young Dolph's vehicle was also shot at least 100 times. This incident actually served as an inspiration for his song 100 Shots. Right before his arrest, Justin Johnson, better known by his rapper name Straight Drop, released a video of his new single, Track Hawk, where he specifically mentions firing shots. Most telling of all the lines, though, was this one from the same release single. Images from the video also had fans wondering, since it appeared to have a scene with an abandoned house where the getaway car was supposed to have been discovered. Someone on Reddit said about Straight Drop, "This kid is like an Aaron Hernandez level sloppy criminal. Wearing PRE chain, wore a Bass Pro Shop hat to the deed, and then has it on Instagram. Not exactly a popular accessory unless you're a middle-aged rural white guy. Shot a music video in front of the house where the getaway car was found, randomly starts posing with tons of cash, designer shit, and cars immediately after. Days before his arrest, many fans noted cryptic posts on Straight Drop's Instagram. Many believe that these posts were related to the Young Dolph's death. One of the messages read,
Damn. Is all this shit true, bro? Like, get in the comments, tell me if this shit is like official. Like, that's kind of crazy.
"Turned myself in Monday at 2:01. I'm innocent," which led many to believe that Straight Drop was planning to turn himself in on that same weekend. That never happened. Instead, he was later captured by police in Indiana. Johnson was arrested by authorities at a truck stop that's along Highway 42 in Brazil, Indiana, near Terre Haute. Along with him inside the car during the time of his capture was the third suspect, Shondell Barnett. Barnett was extradited to Shelby County after his arrest in Indiana. Justin Johnson has already a number of raps under his sheet. He was already charged with robbery and aggravated rape at the ages 17 in 2015. He was also...
Did that motherfucker say rape, bro? This shit getting crazy, cuz. Shit, Memphis been crazy, but this story right here is just like...
involved in a shooting incident in 2017 at Billy Hardwick's All-Star Lanes in Memphis, Tennessee. He's said to have shot 3 people during that incident. He pled guilty for that incident and was supposed to have served 5 years in prison. Instead, he got out in 9 months. And if that wasn't enough, in 2018, he was arrested for carrying a handgun and for possession of illegal substances. He got out on bail, but was later imprisoned. He was released 6 months before Young Dolph's death. For this arrest, though, Johnson was not allowed to place any bail and will be held in prison for the duration of his trial. The other suspect, Cornelius Smith, has been arrested on a warrant for carjacking a Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz that was used during the shooting spree that killed Young Dolph. Besides first-degree murder, Cornelius Smith has also been charged with possession of a firearm, using a firearm during a felony, as well as theft amounting over $10,000. Smith...
I was just looking in the comments, the motherfucker said the same shit. Like, yo, these motherfuckers sloppy as shit. Talking about he wearing the same hat and all this crazy shit. I'm like, how the fuck these motherfuckers know all this shit?
He was also charged for attempting murder since he allegedly tried to shoot Young Dolph's brother, who was with Young Dolph during the incident. Police say they've been able to gather enough evidence to get a conviction for the case. According to Memphis police, it had taken them a number of tips, as well as leads, that led to a manhunt across the country. The hunt for the suspects had even led to an offer for a reward of $15,000 by the U.S. Marshals for any information that would lead them to the whereabouts of those involved in the murder. Released surveillance videos have shown 2 suspects wearing masks and hoodies at the scene of the crime. One was carrying an AK-47, while the other had a pistol.
That motherfucking vet hard as a motherfucker. I know that much, dog. That shit tough as fuck. How can you do that shit that sloppy, though, to the point where that same car...
which were probably the weapons used in said crime. There are already speculations going around as to the motive behind the killings. Some have already started to believe that money may have been the reason behind the gruesome killing. An Instagram post of Straight Drop shows him with loads of cash right after the date of Dolph's death. Comments on Straight Drop's Instagram post insinuate that he may have received loads of cash, a car, and tons of new clothes as an exchange for Young Dolph's life. Fans commented on Straight Drop's Instagram page accusing Straight Drop of being the culprit, even a week before Straight Drop had been arrested. On one of the Instagram posts showing Straight Drop with a new car and clothes, user Flipper World comments showing all the payoff money, #blood money. Another
Bro, the internet is something else, bro. They be on shit, gang. They be on shit. Even if you didn't do it, the internet will implicate the fuck out your ass.
The user who goes by the handle Houston's Medusa writes, "You fried." Yet another user with the handle Adorka3 says, "They finna get you." Upon checking Straight Drop's Instagram account though, seeing that all comments have been erased from Straight Drop's account. People have been left guessing about the reasons behind Young Dolph's murder. The Chit Chat Lounge on TikTok posted a clip of an interview with Yo Gotti that seemed to imply that the rapper may have been the one who ordered Young Dolph's death.
I always felt, and you said on Calico Reviews that it has nothing to do with, just you and that. It's something like more or less, it has nothing to do with you, but it's more or less about, understanding because Gotti actually likes though.
So much confusion has gone around Justin Johnson prior to his arrest. In fact, a man carrying a similar name had to clarify that he was 14 years older than the said suspect. It's no wonder that over on Facebook, there were mixed reactions to a clip that was posted by user Smith General regarding the arrest of the suspects. One user wrote, "I think these charges are weak. They didn't catch them with any weapons. You can't see anything in the video. The car was stolen. They're guilty until proven innocent. By this being a high-profile case, they're gonna lock them up anyways, regardless of them doing it or not. I hope it's the right guy."
Check out what he said there, bro. Like, just because they said, you know what I mean? Like, what evidence do y'all have? I know they can't just release all that shit, but we don't know if this motherfucker really.
Guys, another user was convinced as well. I personally think this is fake. They caught these dudes pretty fast. If it's one thing I know, the police never catch shooters this damn fast. I don't know. If they really did it, lock them fools up for life. We don't need people like this around who will kill another black man because of his position or success. There are unanswered questions. Why did they want Dolph dead? Why now? Who specifically wanted him dead? Who hired the shooters? Guess we'll never know. The case gets even more complicated. Currently, both men accused in Young Dolph's death are not shown to have legal representation. One. In the meantime, after staying silent on events that have taken place, Young Dolph's partner, Mia J, has finally spoken up. In an interview with ABC News, she said,
I think one thing that we really need to do more of, I'm not going to say it's not being done, but mental health in the Black community is something that we must address. So many people are walking around traumatized. They have bottled up anger. They have bottled up emotion that they have nowhere they don't have anything to do with it.
She's right about that.
They make rash decisions.
Could Mia J indeed have been right? Was it anger and mental health that pushed Straight Drop and his accomplices to kill Young Dolph? Was it greed or was it revenge? Guess only time will tell. In the meantime, if you like this video, make sure you watch this one too.
Yeah, man, this shit crazy down there. Yo, like, subscribe, man. Rest in peace, my nigga Dolph, man. Shit fucked up, man.